Part number 3 of the Ultimate PS Vita Showcase. Part number 3 of the Ultimate PS Vita Showcase. Last time we covered the whole normal part of it and the PSP portion in part number 2. They are about to be released over at YouTube precisely, and we'll record part number 3. Now, with part number 3, first I want to give you a brief breakdown of all of the things that have improved since part 2 by the end of last year. By the end of last year that we did it, when we finished Tegrid 2. The first program that I will highly recommend that I didn't have last time. It's this one. It's called Moonlight. This is the program that I discovered. It was pretty much the final piece that I wanted for my PS Vita, because, as you can see, it replaces a very interesting functionality that I wanted to talk about, which is GeForce Experience. I didn't know how to actually get this, but that is the thing, to actually make this work. As you can see, it says NVIDIA GameStream Client, but what's the problem? That GeForce Experience got constantly updated until they stopped supporting game streaming, right? We already covered all of the aspects in the first part of the Ultimate PS Vita Showcase, in case you are interested, people. In case you want to look at the games and everything, we did in the Ultimate PS Vita Showcase Part 1 that is going to be released in a couple of weeks, precisely. In a couple of weeks. I think it's next week, after Singularity, precisely. Okay, so GeForce Experience stopped the support of the streaming client. What does this do? Moonlight, which is a community-developed piece of software that I highly recommend that I didn't have last time, precisely, is amazing because it essentially turns your PS Vita into a Steam Deck. Yes, it does. Why? Because it allows you to send the signal of your PC to your PS Vita, precisely. And it allows you to play all of your Steam library, all of your PC library on it, using the game streaming. Now, I know what most of you are thinking by now, watching this as a YouTube VOD in the future and etc. Streaming games is awful. Not the case with this program, because the developers kept updating it, and it's better than the native NVIDIA game streaming client. It's even better. They improved upon it with the same source code. So I highly recommend it. The partner program of this on your PC is called Sunshine. But once you have both of them and you configure them, you will essentially turn your PS Vita into a Steam Deck. Now there's a problem. And this is part of the goodies that I got by the end of 2024 that I wanted to show it to you. Look at this. The problem with PS Vita streaming is that the PS Vita has to mimic, in this case, a joystick, right? And right out of the box, the PS Vita only has L1 and R1 as buttons that are this one, it's this one and this one, these two. So it lacks L2 and R2, and like that you cannot play games. But with this grip that I highly recommend, I had to import it from the US, precisely. With this grip from Top Gear, you can add that functionality. How it works: when you press on this button, the map command that is the touchscreen, the back touchscreen of the touchpad of the PS Vita, it has a physical button that pushes the touchpad here. So essentially, this opens up the possibility of making your PS Vita like a Steam Deck, and it works very, very good. I started this thinking that this would be not enough, that the game streaming would be terrible, that the game streaming would be terrible, the quality. But Um, pretty much, it's better than I thought. And when I say better than I thought, I mean it. I truly mean it. It has no delay, nothing at all. So it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. You wouldn't believe how good it is. It's kind of like perfectly synchronized. And not only that, that's not only the only part that I wanted to show. So highly recommend Moonlight. It's the last program that I couldn't showcase last time, and as you can see, I changed the games a bit here. I changed them a bit. I added some exclusives. For example, this Crinkle Crashers is very good, very forgotten. Well, you have it on PC as well, but it's designed around touchscreen. And then I have this one, which is the Princess Guide. Very good isometric RPG game that I also highly recommend to ya people. Then of course racing. I think here I didn't change anything. Yes, here I changed a lot of things. Pretty much. Here I changed a lot of things. And here I think everything is. And yeah, this J-Stars Victory Plus and Ninja Gaiden 2, I believe I added there. I added those two there. Pretty much. And well, here we have the other ones. Pretty much. I think I didn't change anything. Pretty much. This is my definitive list. And well, over at the PSP, I added only one, I believe. I think it was Brothers in Arms. I think I added Brothers in Arms. So a quick demonstration. I'll take just 1 hour for the final update to this. That I wanted to show you is one final demonstration. I want to show you Borderlands 2 without frame drops, playable. So we'll play a nice hour, I guess, or something. Not an hour, because I want to show you other games. So I want to do kind of like one last demonstration of the games in this case. So I'll prove to you. Remember that in the first part of the series, just for some context for all of you, you won't hear the sound. In the first part of the series, I basically mentioned that if you unlocked the fourth core of the PS Vita, you can pretty much prevent those frame drops from being kind of like lethal, let's say, lethal, to disrupt your experience, basically. So that's the thing. That's pretty much the thing. And I'll prove to you in this gameplay. I wanted to do this in the previous section, but basically it took me 4 hours. So yeah. We'll do it right now. Now that I have 1 hour, 1 extra hour because of Spellforce, let's make use of it. Anyways, it's 8 PM. Well, first let me show you the. You cannot see the. Well, you cannot see my overclocking settings or anything, but I bet you will see the frame rate counter. Do you see it? It doesn't record a frame rate. Damn it. It doesn't record a frame rate. I didn't account for that. But I bet you can see it even more up there. I bet you can see it a bit more. Yeah, there. You can see it? Yeah, you can see it. Well. You'll have to use your keen eyes, people, because it's streaming at 30, yeah? It's showcasing it at 30. Damn it. Well, alright. I'll keep it on here, and basically, well, you can see the gameplay, and I'll prove to you that with the extra CPU core, with the 4th CPU core of the Vita, and precisely the overclocking to the GPU, with both of those things, you'll see, for example, now it's at 40 FPS. It has them unlocked. That's why you see that it's so smooth. So you will see just how smooth the game is. Anyways, I will also report to you from here. So, as you can see, well, there you can see at each drop, it's 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 29. You'll see that there it will have drops of 10 FPS, for example. And another thing that I wanted to mention to you is that with this grip not only helps with the streaming and turning your PS Vita into a Steam Deck with all of the PC support that it has, but also look at this. In the case of Borderlands and some other games, the touchscreen does fulfill that role. For example, the button right now is activating the touchscreen there. It's activating the touchscreen there. This one, sorry, this one. It's activating this touchscreen, and like this, I no longer have to use the touchpad. And there's one important button, which is the other one, which is running, as you can see there. So I highly recommend you get one of these grips. So we got a creature there, and you will see that the frame rate is at 27, 29, 27, 26, 30, 29. As you can see, it's very, very stable. Well, you cannot see the counter, but it's pretty much, well, there you can see that it dropped to 20. When you have a lot of them, you can see that it's lagging. I bet you noticed it, even if you don't see the counter. There it's at 25, 21, 20, and this is pretty much the the worst case in the PS Vita. But as you can see, it's not unplayable, and I wanted to highlight that all cancelled versions of Borderlands 2 were this bad. They were this bad. Definitely. So, in that sense, well, it's back at 30. Pretty much, when you go against creatures, it can drop a bit there when there's a lot of them. But as you can see, it's extremely stable. And you have no idea how much of a feat and a technical achievement this is, people. Because if you think about it, for example, without overclocking and without all of these upgrades, pretty much the game runs at lock 20. Compare that to this, and it's much better. As you can see, it's more than playable, and it's absolutely crazy that the PS Vita was able to pull this like this. So I want to play it a bit, and I will continuously make comments like this to show you that it works. Remember, this is with a thread optimizer CPU profile. With the PS Vita has 4 cores, but it normally only uses 3 of them in terms of the CPU. In terms of the GPU, while it does work without overclocking, it works at 20 FPS, which is much worse. Here you can see that it has that stuttering, but as you can see, it's very good. Now you will ask me, Eraser, what's the point of this? For example, there it's at 27, 28, 29, 27, 28, 29. For example, there you can see it. But as you can see, it's not Well, there it dropped to 25, 20, 20, 23, 24, 27, back again. But as you can see, it's absolutely incredible that with the extra core that it has, here, for example, there it's at 30. Let me find some enemies. Let me grab some ammo and some enemies. It's absolutely incredible, this port. I'll never get tired of saying it, because if you think about it, it's absolutely crazy. This port was actually meant. This port was actually meant for Android. It was actually meant for Android. So it's a miracle that it works here. They ditched the Bioshock port for the PS Vita, but they didn't. We got this one in return, in that sense. So it's absolutely incredible. As I've said, this is with the 4th core unlocked. I wish you could see the graphs. For example, now it's at 25, 24, and I'm being attacked from all directions. But from far away, could it be 26, 25? But the drops are much more scarce in that sense. But here you can see that even if it's one of the most, it's incredible how the community turned one of the worst ports ever into something playable, let's say. I'll mention it as playable in that sense, because perfect would be 60 FPS. But this is the myth that no one talks about. All console versions, this is the problem. Most people think it's a PS Vita version. All console versions of Borderlands 2 ran terrible. It's not only the PS Vita port, it's all of them. For example, there it's 26, 25, I know you cannot see it, I wish you could, but it's 26, 25, 23, 28. The drops are much, well, there we go. The drops are much better, and take this into account. This is a high, this zone is a highly demanding zone for the GPU. But as you can see, with the 4th core unlocked, I wanted to do this showcase with this game and some others. With the 4th core unlocked in the case of this game, and the overclocking, which I highly recommend, I will repeat to you that the PS Vita is underclocked by default. It's not like most consoles. It's underclocked by default. So thanks to modding, to the amazing modding community, and thanks to the amazing and talented developers, as you can see, I want to debunk the myth that the version, or the PS Vita version of Borderlands 2 is unplayable. It is difficult to do. Yes, it is absolutely difficult to do. You need to mod your system, unlock the 4th CPU core, and on top of that, do the overclocking, which that one is the easiest part in that sense. So with that, combined with the grip that I mentioned at the beginning, people, you get the full experience. So the grip not only works to make the PS Vita turn into a Steam Deck, essentially. The other day I was playing Spider-Man Remastered with the Gamestream, with the Gamestream app. So as you can see here, thanks to this grip, you can do the melee attacks, for example, that would be normally the touch screen back here. It sends a signal. When I click on the bumper, it sends a signal. To a small notch here that actually presses the touchpad. So this one is from Top Gear. You can find it everywhere in the United States. I had to import it from there, and it wasn't a problem. It arrived, and this is one of the goodies that I got by the end of last year that I couldn't showcase at the beginning. So as you can see, I want to finally debunk the myth that is unplayable. Thanks to the community, to the modding community of the PS Vita, if you unlock the 4th CPU core and overclock the device, which, as I've said, it's a specific case. It's not that you are damaging your PS Vita, please understand it, because I had the same fear but it's a very special case because the PS Vita is underclocked by default. That's a bit that I forgot to say in part 1 and 2 of the Ultimate PS Vita showcase. It's underclocked by default. I think I mentioned it at the beginning, but just in case, since this will be part 3, I'll repeat it. It's underclocked by default. See, for example, now it's at 24 FPS, 22, 20, 20, pretty much, 20, 20. But as you can see, for example, there it went up to 25, 26, 27, pretty much. Let me do some melee attacks. There we go. And as you can see, for example, I can do the headshots. Previously to this mod, the stuttering was so bad that I couldn't even do that. Because it was 20 FPS. But like this, it's closer to 30. I know it's not optimal, but consider that it's a PS Vita, so it's absolutely amazing that it's running in such a small screen like that. So this is the first case that I wanted to showcase. We'll showcase some more today. We'll take these hours in Sacred 2 was unbearable to find those build plans. I'll promise I'll find them for Thursday. I wanted to show you that like this, it is possible. Do you have to learn how to mod the PS Vita? Yes, you definitely have to. But as you can see, for example, right now it's at 30 FPS. It's quite smooth, all things considered, because it's the same as the Xbox 360 and the PS3 version. That is the myth that I wanted to debunk. That only the PS Vita version of this is terrible. No, also the PS3 and the Xbox 360 as well. The thing is, people, that that in the case of this version, it's absolutely incredible, because at the end of the day, it will run better than the PS3 and the Xbox 360 versions. So as you can see, well, it's not optimal. Well, it is not optimal. Ah, you cannot see the anything. Okay, you cannot see the frame rate. So, well, whatever. Yeah. Well, it's not optimal. The idea is that it is perfect. It is perfectly playable, even more with the grip. You will need the grip in that sense. So well, after a lot of effort, but it's only for this game. After a lot of effort and everything, I managed to finally perfectly fix this. So let's get on with the next game, because we have a long showcase ahead of us. Well, not long. I'll take some half an hour more. I added another one for which the grip is needed. Is this one? It's called Necrovoider. It's an amazing roguelite that is perfect to carry with you if you travel or something, because this one needs the touch screen as well. So in that sense, you also need the bumpers here. So good. So for Borderlands and that one, and then the game streaming. I think the game streaming, I could show it to you how it works, more or less. It will have a but it will have a problem because I'm also streaming at the same time. So I'm also streaming at the same time. So yeah, I would have to point the camera. Oh well. The other ones that I wanted to show you, for example, in terms of the demonstration, is God of War Definitive Edition. I wanted to briefly show it to you, because this is a modded version of it. It's a modded version. Plus the overclocking, you'll see how smooth it is. This modded version doesn't change anything, but as you can see, it will have the HD cinematics, for example. It's the biggest game. It takes 7 GB, something like that. So let's try God of War 1, and you'll see how smooth. It'll be locked at 30, the frame rate it goes from 30 to 35. Is one of my experience. So you'll see. It has updated artwork as well. So did I play anything? I think I had a save file, a test save file. No. So, for example, of course we'll put it on hard. Otherwise, it's way too easy. There you'll see the HD cinematics, for example. There you can see that they are taken straight from the PS3. The original version, and enhanced sound. I forgot about it. Enhanced sound, because the sound of the normal version is extremely compressed. So it has improved sound, improved HD cutscenes, and improved artwork. So yeah. Is it worth it? Well, it rivals the Steam Deck in that sense. It rivals the Steam Deck because this is based off the PS3 version of God of War Collection rather than the PS2, and because of that, this one will look significantly better, because also the pixel per inch density of the small PS Vita screen is much better than the Steam Deck, because your other option to play this is to emulate it on Steam Deck. I presume it's the most common option I see, or emulate it on one of those Android devices. And then there you can see that it works locked at 30. You can see that it's perfectly playable. I'm mentioning this because you will find online a lot of posts of people complaining about the performance of all of these games. And here I can show you that it perfectly works if you mod your system. That's why I encourage you to do so. To get a PS Vita, because they will go up in price. Because once people realize the potential they have, that the system has for all of this, you will realize how incredibly versatile it is. It's incredibly versatile. That's the truth of it compared to a Steam Deck. And you must be thinking, well, but it doesn't replace a Steam Deck. Well, if you want a big screen, go for a Steam Deck. But consider what I just mentioned to you. That Moonlight will allow you to stream all of your games at a very good quality if you have a decent internet connection. That's the only, let's say, the only problem that you could encounter. But if you have a good internet connection, it's an absolutely good, not good, amazing option. In my case, and I don't have that good of an internet connection, people. Well, at least I didn't have up until this year. I pretty much, you need a standard fiber. By standard, I mean, I think it was 2.4. Yeah, 2.4 is working at 2.4. Besides, if you use it with a cable connection, it will work perfectly. So as you can see, people, it's working at 30 FPS. It's not a problem, and as I've said, the PS Vita really benefits from that overclocking, because it was underclocked by default. Damn it, this section is the worst part of the gaming show. And as you can see, this board that was so hated, that is so hated online, it works at perfect 30 FPS. As you can see, there we go, first try. For example, there you can see that it says perfect. This is perfect. No. Disengage. You can see there that it says touch the rear pad. For example, with the button, I do it with the button. See why I would recommend. I didn't have this last time, so today I wanted to showcase the grip. Pretty much is one of my goodies. Look at this, it's very comfortable. There's another one from Hori, but this one was a bit bigger. I wanted it for bigger. I don't have precisely big hands, but well, it's much more comfortable, even if you don't have the biggest hands ever. Adult-sized hands, and this one is very comfortable. And as you can see, the PS Vita is even streaming to my PC, so there's that. And as you can see, it's very smooth. Like, it's at 30 FPS pretty much. And this is the HD version. This is not the PS2 version. The Steam Deck, what it will emulate is the PS2 version of it. For example, didn't a huge Hydra came out of this? But yeah, there it is. I remember this section is pretty much the beginning. God damn it. So that's pretty much the idea in that sense. That's pretty much the idea. So I wanted to showcase all of these cases so you can see that it works perfectly. Well, not perfectly. Perfectly would be 60 FPS, and I understand that. For example, on the Steam Deck, you would be able to push 60 FPS with the emulated PS2 version of these, or I don't know, with Borderlands. But then again, you cannot fit the Steam Deck in your pocket, in that sense. So I wanted to recommend it as a very good option. So as you can see, this port that is absolutely hated by the PS Vita community, it can be perfectly fixed. Well, it can work perfectly, as you can see. That's very smooth. It's pretty much locked 30 FPS. So highly recommend it to you. Highly recommend it. Another case that is fixed thanks to the community. So, and with the special, as I've said, with the special, because a lot of people complain that it will have compressed audio. No, with this modded version. This is not the normal icon that you would get. This is a modded version. So it will have the audio fixed. It will have the audio fixed, the HD cinematics, and the HD graphics of the PS3 version. It has the HD graphics because it's the PS3 version. It's the very reason why they downgraded, let's say, the port a lot, let's say. So another one that is mentioned to run terribly is this one. It's Ratchet and Clank trilogy, and precisely thanks to, once again, overclocking, I can show you that it works perfectly. That it works perfectly, pretty much. And then we'll get to some PSP cases as well that I wanted to show to you. Very interesting cases. I had a test game here. Yeah, I had a test game from last year when I showcased it to people. But do you play the games you raised for then? Yes, I do play them. The problem is that there's so many that one simply cannot one simply cannot get all of them at all. Like, it's impossible. Well, as you can see, once again, this is the case. These that you see here, this is the PS3 version of the game. This is the PS3 version of the game. On the Steam Deck, what you normally do is emulate the PS2 version. That's why you'll notice, compare this, I'll leave you the image like this, so you can compare this to a PS2 emulated version on the Steam Deck or something like that, and you will see, for example, that it simply has no point of comparison. This is, if you pay attention to the textures of the sky and everything, this is the PS3 version of the game. while the others, the Steam Deck can emulate the PS2 version of it with the pre-HD textures. Precisely. And as you can see here, it's kind of like in HD, and it works perfectly because this is another port. Let me see if I have this one even overclocked. No, it's not even overclocked. The performance you just saw is not even overclocked. It's not even overclocked. Not even overclocked in this case. It's not even overclocked. So if I change that, we'll do a small one. We won't push it to maximum. Without even pushing it to the maximum, you'll see, well, this is perfect to showcase you the difference. I thought it was overclocked. I'll show you the difference, and you'll see just, for example, there I saw some drops. And right now it's it's much more smooth. It's much smoother. The explosions? I ran out of ammo. Precisely, as you can see, it's not dropping from 30. It's kind of like stuck at 30. It's a locked 30. That's why I didn't overclock this one, probably, because it has kind of like it's a stuck at 30. It doesn't require that much. And as you can see, this is the PS3 version. This is not the PS2 version of it. That's the incredible aspect that it has. So compare these. Please do this exercise, people, in case you're interested in this topic. Compare this image to the emulated Steam Deck version of it that is emulating the PS2. Precisely. And you will realize just how smooth, just how much better the textures are. It'll be locked at 30, but it will have the HD textures. So pretty much I should showcase you the port of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. We'll do it quick. I'll try to showcase to you as many games as I can in this quick demonstration. I removed a lot of the PSP games because they got re-released. For example, Soul River got re-released. Jedi Power Battles got re-released. Soul River 2 got re-released as well. And yeah, I had a lot of games that got re-released since last year. And because of that, they are going to update this soon. Soon this port, as you can see here, it's pretty much Grand Theft Auto, working perfectly on the PS Vita. And as you will see, let me see if I can report to you the frame rate. Sadly, you cannot see the frame rate. That's sad. Hey, this one is not even. This one I also didn't overclock. This one, even at all. This one is, for example, at 27, 28. For example, like this. It's at 27, 28. Let me use a car, and it has bloom. It even has bloom. See how beautiful it looks. 25, 26, 27, 27, 27, 28, 26. As you can see, it's absolutely incredible that you can have all of these games. This is a decompilation port from the Android version, and damn it, the bloom is so good that is blocking my side of it. But as you can see, it works perfectly. It works perfectly, and it's not even fully overclocked. There's at 28, for example, 29, 30. You cannot see it, but I'm reporting it to you. And as you can see, it's absolutely incredible and gorgeous that you can have all of these games in such a small device that is so versatile. So there you have it, people. Maybe this one it's a bit more of an aggressive. It needs a bit more of an aggressive. Ah, there you can see it. For example, there you can see it. But when I enter a game, you maybe cannot. Oh, you can see it. There you could see it. Oh wow. The other one that I made a mistake is with this one with Need for Speed Most Wanted. Because I said to you that it was running at native, and no, it's not running at native. And there it disappears, right? The counter disappears. You can only see it when I'm not in game. Yeah, there it disappears. Okay. So you can see it when I get out of the game. Well, at least you can imagine it. And basically this one, precisely this one, is the I said that it was running at native resolution. This one you cannot run it at native resolution, sadly. It has to be a bit lower. I should mention that the Borderlands port that you just saw was running at the Vita's native resolution of 960 by 544, which is the native resolution of the device. That's why it looks so good, pretty much. If I lowered the resolution, I could have pushed even better. I could have pushed an even better frame rate like they did here. For example, here, this one, as you can see here, this one is locked at 30 thanks to the overclocking. As you can see, this version is absolutely amazing, but as you can see, it's locked at 30. I'm not looking at the screen then. It's perfectly working at 30, just so you have a reference. I wonder if I could show you the Gamestream client, but I think that with the streaming it would be way too much. So pretty much yeah, this one is locked at 30, as you can see, people. So it's absolutely incredible. But there you can see, compare the image to the one of Borderlands, and you'll notice that this one has, alright, sorry, I was looking at the screen. Compare the image and notice that this one is a bit more blurry. The Borderlands port that you just saw was running at 30 most of the time at the native resolution. This one is, for example, lower. It's like instead of 960 by 544, which is the native one, this one is like, I believe it was, well, we can check it. Let's check it. Let me check it. I'll show you. Well, you just saw that it's blurrier, right? Well, the Borderlands port, for example, with beta graphics, here you can see that you'll see the resolution that they are running at. Here, Borderlands 2. See that it's not even enabled. I have to enable it. See, this one has a cross, here this one is enabled. There you can see the native resolution for PS Vita. So if we go to Need for Speed, here. The internal resolution is that... No, it's not enabled. As you can see, it's not enabled. As you can see, it's not running at 960 by 544. It doesn't tell me what the native is, but it's lower than that. That's the key. I wonder if I could show you the streaming client, people. Like this, I lower it to that, and then I make it disappear. We'll leave it for last. So I updated the games that I wanted to comment. This one is Crinkle Crusher. I didn't cover it last time. It's basically a tower defense game that you also have on Steam, PS3, and PS4. No, I think could it be that it was only PS3? Well, whatever. But look at that globe, and well, if you look at that globe, you have to use the touch screen of the PS Vita, and it doesn't work as good with a joystick on the PS3. I tried it with a joystick, and on PC, and it's not that good. It was meant for the PS Vita. I included this one, New Roboider, as I said, with the touch screen. I replaced Demon Tears Plus. This one is better. And what else did I add? I added Bastion. I think I covered it. Well, this version of Helldivers is amazing. Yeah? This is the original version of Helldivers, the first Helldivers. You can play all of it offline. That's absolutely amazing. And the Princess Guide. The Princess Guide, Force Company, the Princess Guide. This is a Japanese-only release that is only on Nintendo Switch, PS Vita and PS4. It's not on PC, though you can emulate it, I guess. You can try to emulate a Switch, I guess. It would be the only other option if you're playing on the Steam Deck. But here it works natively, and it has an English patch. So, absolutely great. Force Company, the Princess Guide. And I think that's all that I added. I had to remove Mass Effect Infiltrator. Maybe I'll incorporate it if I have enough. And Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus 2. Basically, I love that Microsoft re-released the original, not this one. Yeah, this one, it was two. It wasn't a black one, it was this one. They re-released this shit modernly at full price, and this is the Sigma version. I know that purists will say it's not the original black version, but it doesn't matter because the Sigma version has more content. It has less puzzles, but more content. So with that, I think I covered everything. I would need to try to do a demonstration of Moonlight, but pretty much I'll show you that. But pretty much the problem is that I am streaming at the same time, so it would be a lot. It would definitely be a lot. So let me show you the updated PSP list. I won't remove the scan lines this time, people. I could remove the scan lines for you. Well, I don't want it to be recorded kind of like terribly. Can you see the... Ah, yeah, that one you can see it. Let me remove the scan lines for you. Sharp bilinear without scan lines. There you go. So as you can see, I filled up my memory. I left 200 megabytes. I left 200 megabytes to have some headroom. I know this is well, I'll begin with this one. Remember, it's a dual. It's a dual one. The scan lines. I know it's part of a screenshot there. So I removed some. I added some just so you see them more or less. I showcased all of this in part number 2. I had to reorganize them. I had to place some of them here. I have to switch Tomb Raider Anniversary here. Lego Star Wars: The Original Trilogy here. This version is very special, as I said last time. In case you want to see all of the... For example, this is a special version that is the only Lego game ever that has hard mode and timed challenges. This one. Yes, only the PSP release of Star Wars The Original Trilogy 2. Only this one. In case you are interested in all of these, I highly suggest that if you just encountered the Ultimate PS Vita Showcase series, that you watch the previous part 1 and part 2. This is pretty much the wrap-up here. I'm pretty much doing a wrap-up here, showing you the final bits of it. I've already showcased, I went one by one, I did some changes. I removed some here, I added some somewhere else, pretty much. But yeah, there's the scars, for example, I always have it with me. But basically here you can see that I removed Jedi Power Battles and Soul River 1 and 2 because they were re-released. And well, for example, this is the TV the TV version of Hugo. I don't know if you know about this Danish game. Pretty good. But for example, I removed the other ones. Let me show you the main flash card, the main micro SD. It's a micro SD. So let me go back there. I left a bit more here. 321 megabytes. It's a 128. You have all of the details in the previous part of the build. In part 2, all of the PSP version, all of the PSP details are in part 2, and all of the PS Vita details are in part 1. I just wanted to showcase Borderlands and the other ones. Here you can see them all over again. Pretty much, for example, this version of Battlefront 2, it's the PSP version of Battlefront 2 was heavily butchered, and this is the complete version. It's a modded complete version of Battlefront 2. It's a one-to-one port of the PC version. For example, Logic, the homebrew. Here, for example, I removed one of the Naruto games. For example, I had to remove one of them, and pretty much I covered all of this. I think there was a new one in this one. Here, I added it here. Brothers in Arms D-Day. This one is new. It has skirmish mode. It has offline skirmish mode. Amazing, the Brothers in Arms series. I added that one, and I think that's the only one that I reorganized here. Most of the reorganization was in the PS Vita portion of it. So let me see if I can show you the game streaming, at least for a second. Let me see if I can show it to you with a not very demanding game. Like I want this to do some. Maybe we'll I have an idea of what to do. Let me ensure that you don't see my IP or something. No, it's just like that. I just open it like that. Just open it like that. Give me a second because I don't want to see my IP, because it reveals the IP for a second. It needs the IP because it launches a server on the computer side of it. There we go. Now, get ready. What would you say this is, people? Is this the normal screen that you see? Or is it my PS Vita? It's my PS Vita. Look at this. Alright, let's there. As you can see, there. It's my classic screen that you see every day. It's my classic screen that you see every single day. There you can see it. With the touch screen you move the mouse. For example, there you will see how I will move the mouse, and I have it on my other screen. For example, I can move it. Ah, there you see it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I can move it with this. I can move it with this. And I will show. For example, what you are looking at right now is my PS Vita's screen. It's my PS Vita's screen. It's not my real screen. Would be this one. You won't see any difference, but maybe in the resolution you will notice the difference. Let me see. Maybe you will notice the difference. There you go. That's my normal screen. Yeah, the colors change. I bet you could perceive it. Well, there's the PS Vita. Besides, you can see that I am. Well, I don't know how to do it, but like this, you'll see that the mouse is moving. I know, but you don't see it. Hang on a second. You'll see that the mouse is moving like this. There you can see it. Now you must be wondering, erase what? What's the point of doing that? Well, let's try a game. I'm streaming, so the connection is also already strained. So it is already strained. So let me test, because even if the connection is already strained, We could try, for example, let's try Master Duel. Let's try a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. This is a very special version. It's not connecting online. For example, people, it's it's a reversed engineered version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Also another thing that I have to showcase. I have a lot of goodies. I have a lot of interesting things. Yes, I'm full of surprises. But you will see, this is my joystick, right? My joystick is not connected. You can see that it doesn't have any light turned on. What you are looking at right now is my PS Vita's screen. So it will have hiccups a bit because I'm also streaming at the same time. So you can see that my joystick is not connected, right? So let's see if it works. I think it is way too much for the connection, but I wanted to do this test online. Remember, this game is not online. I know it says connecting and everything, but it's a reverse engineered version of it. So it's incredible. It's incredible. Well, you can see that. Well, that's already the joystick preset, because with the mouse, as you can see, this is my normal. I'm now controlling the game with the mouse, right? You can see it has no lag, nothing at all. But you can see that what this does, it's also here. I'll show you the screen so you tap me. As you can see, it changes to as soon as I hit this, as I use my PS Vita. It's incredible because I can control it with my joystick. What you're looking at is the screen of my PS Vita with a remote stream, and as you can see, there's almost no lag. And I'm streaming at the same time to show this to you. So let's try one duel, just one duel. We'll use my Crypt of the Banished. I have a lot of stuff in here, a lot of decks to test. And as you can see, I'm doing everything with the PS Vita, as you can see here. I wish I could show it to you even better, but pretty much I'm showing you the screen, so it's even better. So let's try this one, I guess. Let's try this one. It's been a while since I've improved my. Let's try since I've improved my deck. So let's do only one duel. So we'll try. My favorite is Night Skyscrapers, but Colosseum. Let's go with Night Skyscrapers because I'll only do it once. Then I'll showcase this version in the future. But as you can see, the input lag is next to non-existent. It's absolutely incredible. What you're looking at right now is my PS Vita's streamed screen, like that. Like here, I'll let you compare it. See how it works in real time, and I'm streaming at the same time. And I don't think that I have the best connection in the world. Now I see that everyone. Where do you live? We'll go there. No, the capital of Argentina doesn't have the best connection in the world, without a doubt. I bet that in the US you can have much better connection, without a doubt, in most cities of the US and Europe. So it's not the case. I wish I could show you a more demanding game, but with the stream it would be way too much. But just so you see that I can control it from here. We'll do only one duel, win it or lose it, then we'll see what we got. And as you can see here, I can show you. See? Steam Deck in your pocket. See? You can see it in real time. There and here. I go first. Okay. So as you can see, you're looking at the screen of the PS Vita. You are not even looking at anything else at all. As you can see, it works perfectly. So, and I can use the buttons as I've said. So let's see if it disconnects. No, not disconnecting at all. No. As you can see, it's in real time. You're looking at the screen of the PS Vita. Maybe I can do it like this. Let me move the mouse. Sorry. Here, you will see it in real time. See? It almost has no lag at all. Like at all. It has no lag at all. You can see here that I can do everything, and you are looking at the screen of the PS Vita. I can let me pause it a bit. Why no, just no, cancel. I have it in auto, right? With RB, which I should be able to change it. As you can see, it's what this does. It also turns the PS Vita into a controller, pretty much. It turns it into a controller. You are looking at the screen of the PS Vita. You are looking at the screen of the PS Vita. Pretty much, this is in real time. And I'm streaming at the same time, which is crazy. And it's still taking it. I'm kind of like straining the connection here, like to the maximum. I'm streaming the PS Vita to the PC, and I'm streaming the whole experiment then to you. So there you can see it. Let me see. Here I have this one. Here I have this one. This would be summon. Would be cross. Let me see. So I want you to see it perfectly. The tribute and the summon. There you can see that you're looking at both of them, and it works perfect in real time. In case you are having a good time looking at the duel, people. Yes, I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh, especially in this version in which I test my decks. This is my original deck from 2004, the Crypt of the Vanished. Then I wanted to showcase this version in the future because it's running offline. It's a reverse engineered server. So let me go for Vanisher of the Radiance, and this is pretty much over because in case you don't know, hey, there, LT for example. LT for example would be this button on the Xbox 3, right? This is the Xbox 360 joystick. Well, LT would be this one, the bumper. The PS Vita normally doesn't have that bumper, this bumper. It only has this one, the RB or the LB. But thanks to the grip, for example, if I want to see the description of the card with the bumper, it works. See the beauty of this grip? That's why I love it. It's one of the goodies that I got. So I do this, and as you can see, it's working in real time. It has a bit of lag now because I'm also streaming, but it's absolutely incredible that I am streaming the PS Vita through a cable here to the PC. Then the PC is receiving the signal, and then it's sending through the air the image to the PS Vita while at the same time streaming it to you. And please don't think, please after this don't ask me where I live, people, because I don't have the best connection ever at all. But but he couldn't do anything. Well, in case you know, in case Yu-Gi-Oh, I already won this duel pretty much. He cannot do special summons, and he's locked out of the graveyard with Vanisher of the Radiant. All of the cards need to be vanished right there. So let me finish this. That's my deck, my original deck from 2004 that I still have it assembled, pretty much. So as you can see, even under extremely perfect, exactly to 2600. Look at that, exactly 2600. Exactly 2600. Look at that. Exact. There's a bonus for doing it exactly. So, for example, here with the Y, example there, you can see it in real time. You can see it in real time again. There you can see how it has no noticeable lag at all. The description, for example, thanks to the button. There we go. Good. I wouldn't be surprised if it disconnected right now, but no, it didn't. You have to press B. I was pressing the same. No, you have to press B. No, 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 it's not disconnected at all. So let me cancel that. No. And as you can see, it's working in real time. And boom, Steam Deck. Right there. Amazing. Of course, you can only use this at home. You cannot take it with you outside. Alright, there we go. So, perfect. You go back. And from here, I will close the game. You'll see that I'll close the game. This is an offline version, then I'll have to showcase it eventually. But I wanted to use it for this. So, as you can see, I go with this one. I'll go with this one. It will be this one. Yes, there. And I close it. And it works perfectly. So I wanted to show you that. I know how I'll show you that it's not the PC. Look at that. There you can see it. There you can see it perfectly. Stream post. There you see that it says stream post, and now it should say stream resumed. Something like that. Ah yeah, well now it's reconnecting because I at all. Not something that someone can hack you at all. There you can see stream resume. Alright people. Alright. Pretty much you do it like this. And you close it. And that's it. And you disconnect off the internet because it makes no sense to lose performance and battery of your console with that on. Alright, so as you can see, it worked better than I thought. Huh? It worked better than I thought. The connection worked much better than I thought. It worked much better than I thought. It worked much better than I thought. Well, so that was a practical demonstration, and as you can see, thanks to Moonlight, now I also have the... I can also... I thought it was not going to be able to take it, and don't think I have the... As I said, I only got fiber last year, and I wanted to do this test precisely. I only got 5, and don't think it's kind of like the most standard fiber ever. So just with fiber, I'm surprised at how smooth. Ah well, you have the screen now. How smooth it is. There, the Moonlight. I highly recommend you get it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure. I hope that for Thursday we'll continue with Spellforce. We'll see if we can finish it. But well, I got this out of my head that I wanted to showcase a final update, and after that we will continue precisely uploading Dragonsang and the rest of them. Alright people, it's been my pleasure. See you all on Thursday. Have a great weekend, and see you all on Thursday. See you all on Thursday. Hope you have a great week, and we'll continue with Spellforce. I promise I'll solve this problem, but I wanted to dedicate 1 hour to this. Alright people, it's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed these streams. Thanks District always for dropping by the stream. I salute you in case you are watching it as a bot. Scarlet Dragoon, Pillow, Crowbar, Keiichi, all of you. I salute all of you. My warm thanks, my utmost thanks to all of you. My deepest thanks to all of you. If you are watching this as a YouTube bot, thanks to anyone who might have taken time to watch this as a YouTube bot or a Twitch bot in the future. And see you all in the next one. I'll have to edit that. Anyways, it's a local IP, so it's not a problem. But just in case, it's a local IP. All right. See you all on Thursday. See you all on Thursday, people. See you all on Thursday, and we'll have this solved by then. All right. Have a great week. See you all on Thursday. Bye bye.